How's it going, friends? Right now I'm in the very cute, very quaint downtown Louisville, Colorado. Today's video, virtual tour of Louisville, Colorado. Kind of a banger. Let's get it. How's it going, my friends? My name is Jesse Lynch, and I work with the hardest working real estate team in the game. We're called Welcome to Denver, and you can check out our website, welcometodenver.co. But this YouTube channel is all about helping you find a place to call home, a place to land, a place to end up here in beautiful Denver, Colorado, the Front Range of Colorado in general, today specifically Louisville, Colorado. And that's whether you're buying a house for the first time or relocating here from a different city, state, country, or planet. First time home buyers, relocations, that's what we do. And that's what we do better than anybody else. So if either of those two things appeal to you, then do us both a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified so you can see every time we put out a video just like this. And if you wouldn't mind, when I have you here, give the video a thumbs up and say anything at all in the comments. I can literally hear somebody playing the recorder off in the distance. Very surreal. Anyhow, and if you are one of the folks who could use our help, first-time home buyers and somebody relocating to the area, and get a hold of us and we will crush it for you. Nobody will work harder for you than we will. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in 30 seconds or less, or you can shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. Like I said at the beginning, this video is a virtual tour of Louisville, Colorado. I think I called it Louisville in a video like really early on. Yeah, my bad. And so if this is Hecla Lake, that means this is North End, a very nice, kind of modern-esque neighborhood within Louisville. And it's sort of combination townhomes, single families, and there are some sort of condo or apartment buildings here as well. It's really pretty. There's some dirt walking trails like what I'm on right now. There's some paved walking trails. There's a great little park in here. It's sweet. I'm excited to share Louisville with you. A little bit slept on, a little bit underrated. Let's get it. All right, my friends, right now we are in Lake Park here in Louisville, a very, very nice sort of municipal park. There's a little water feature and yeah, like mostly surrounded by homes with one sort of road to the side of it. It's great. People are walking their dogs pretty much all over the place here. And yeah, it's just a very nice, quaint little spot. You can kind of see some of these homes back up to it. You're going to see more, 70s, 80s built homes in this sort of area, but they're all super nice. And Louisville is a pretty desirable spot. I said underrated earlier, and I think that's true. I don't think it gets as much maybe hype as it sort of deserves, but it is very nice. It's a suburb really of Boulder. You have access to Boulder County schools, which are very good, and it's closer to the mountains and just like a nice kind of in between Boulder and Denver. Good access to both, and you're probably 35 minutes to the airport and maybe 30 minutes to Denver, downtown Denver, and then only maybe 20 or less minutes to Boulder. Population here is just over 20,000 people, and it's been seeing about a 10% increase over the last decade, which is, I would say, solid, but not insane like like some areas that we've been seeing. Just to the northeast of here is the city of Lafayette, and just to the southwest is the city of Superior, and then Broomfield, a little further, is going to be sort of off to the southeast. According to niche.com, Louisville was ranked 9th best suburb in all of Colorado and 9th best place to raise a family in all of Colorado. And a big sort of draw to this area is the school district, which, like I said, is Boulder Valley School District, which the school district as a whole gets an A, and you'd be hard pressed to find any school rated anything lower than an A- in that's specifically serving Louisville. You have access to Monarch High School, which gets an A+, Louisville Middle School, A, Monarch K through 8 school, A-, and then a bunch of elementary schools like Fireside, Coal Creek, both get an A, and Louisville gets an A-. So tons of access to very, very good schools. But probably, as you might have been able to guess, that is gonna come with a bit of a price tag. Maybe not as expensive as Boulder, but not that far off. Median sale price, $815,000 here in Louisville, which is considerably higher than the median of Denver overall. Denver median is pushing up on 700,000, so 815, considerably higher than that. The cheapest single family home on the market at all right now is $650,000, and that goes up to $2.25 million. You could definitely spend more than that here, but the sort of barrier for entry, $650 is going to be about as low as a single family is going to cost. That said, condos, townhomes, closer to $300K is sort of the barrier for entry, but you might be able to find a real nice townhome, you know, around the $600,000 mark here. And only about 30% of the folks who live here rent the home they live in, and about 70% of the population here owns the home they live in. It feels that way very much, very neighborhoody, very, you know, well kept, and really it's just a place you can tell people are investing in. All right, my friends, right here is the Louisville Senior Center and Recreation Center. Very nice sort of like gym space, indoors, tennis courts, etc. Here, ice rink and skate park. It's actually an inline rink, correction, not an ice rink. Inline rink and a skate park, as well as tons of walking, biking, trails, etc. But we're going to talk pros and cons of living here in Louisville. First of all, let me just say, tremendous views. I'm not 100% sure you can see it very well, but the views of the Flatirons and the access to the Flatirons are very good. Short of living in Boulder, about as good as they get. And obviously you have access to the mountains, you have these great views, but you also have really great sort of park space within Louisville itself, like this park here. And really, if you look at a map of Louisville, you will see just tons of green little splotches all throughout it. And there are, I couldn't decide which park to film at actually, because there were so many. So, you know, here we are. Third pro, you might be surprised I didn't start with this, but tremendous schools, like truly very, very good schools. Some of the best schools in all of Colorado. I think actually the school district, the Boulder Valley School District, is ranked 4th best school district in all of Colorado. And honestly, you can't go wrong. They're all pretty much A- or higher. So if access to good schools is a priority, absolutely Louisville I think will not disappoint. Another big pro for me is that you have really great access to both like independent shops and like cool spots, right? Like interesting, one-of-a-kind restaurants, shops, etc. Especially in the sort of old downtown, which is very cute. But you also have a great mix of just normal suburban amenities, and you're not far from Boulder, which has tons of amenities and even a little bit of a nightlife. So you're not going to get any real nightlife out of Louisville, but you're not far from Boulder. They have Fox Theater, which is a great place to check out a show if you're into kind of rock clubs. And they have a lot of other stuff to offer there as well. And then last pro for me is that the public spaces, like this park space, like the rec center, and like the roads and the sidewalks and just the infrastructure is so nice and so nicely maintained here. That makes me start to feel a little bit old, but you know, I really appreciate that stuff. So let's move on to cons. I think the first con for me is actually going to be just that it's a little far from Denver. So a lot of the folks that we're helping, just because, you know, partly our team is named Welcome to Denver, we absolutely serve Boulder. You've probably seen videos of ours on Boulder, but some folks, you know, have to work in Denver. There's a lot of jobs there. So if that's you, it's a little bit of a hike, especially when traffic is bad. So that's kind of con number one. Con number two for me is that basically it's pretty expensive. It's higher than the median home price of Denver, although it is cheaper than the median of Boulder. So yeah, $815,000 median home price, not exactly awesome. But the last con, and honestly could only think of these three, is the wildfires. And first of all the sympathy in the world to the folks who were basically displaced or injured or killed during the wildfires. So sad. And Louisville was one of the spots that was hit. You can see actually right here is one of the neighborhoods that sort of got fundamentally leveled. Like the homes here, there's no homes still standing there, right? And over here as well, it looks like it jumped and got there as well, and that is a bummer. And I think part of that is just being in the Boulder Valley. It was a particularly crazy event where the wind was coming through the Boulder Valley extremely fast and kicked all the fire very far out. So, you know, is it gonna happen again? I don't know. Is it absolutely devastating that it did? Yes. All right, that's all I got for pros and cons. Hi, my friends. Right now I'm just outside of sort of the main street of like old downtown Louisville. Pardon that noise. Somebody's working on a house. But I kind of want to show you what's going on down here, which is pretty cool. A combination of, you know, newer built homes like that, which are, yeah, it's a beautiful house, and the one going in across the street as well. And there's still a good sort of intermixture of those new homes and kind of the older homes, full of character, and it's sweet, just walkable to downtown Louisville, where there's great restaurants, shops, you know, grab a coffee, something like that. So cool. And then, you know, more modest stuff, but still a lot of very nicely maintained spots here, right in this little downtown area. And before I dive into my For Fans of section, which, you know, if you've been watching these, we have For Fans of section, which is to say, if you like what you see here, you might want to check out some of these other areas. But before I do that, I just want to say, if you are thinking about moving here, get a hold of us. We will crush it for you. We'd love to be the ones to help you find the right house in the right neighborhood, the right price. It's what we do. It's what we do better than anybody else. So get a hold of us. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in 30 seconds, or you can shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. But let's dive in. For Fans of section, if you like what you're seeing in Louisville, what are some spots to check out? These first few are close geographically and have a lot of similar vibes, similar characteristics, similar lifestyles. So the first of which is Superior, which is just to the southwest of Louisville. just very similar for a lot of reasons. The second is Lafayette, which is to the northeast, which again, very similar for a lot of reasons. The third is Gun Barrel, and Gun Barrel is technically a neighborhood within Boulder. So it's technically Boulder, and yeah, it's a great spot. Really cool views of the Flatirons there as well, while being in Boulder proper. And you know, it's a little ways out. Like, it feels a little strange. It's weird that it's part of Boulder, because you kind of hit like a rural section and then you reach Gun Barrel, but it's beautiful. Sun kind of flattens out there. Awesome views, like I said, and good housing stock, a little more on the affordable end than a lot of Boulder. And then the last two are, if you are not trying to be in this sort of like northwest of Denver area, if you're trying to be maybe south of Denver, a couple spots come to mind that have, and just a similar characteristic, which the first of which is Littleton. We have a virtual tour on Littleton. Love Littleton. It's very, very nice, very good schools, and like cool character. Like, look at these. So just great character in these homes, and Littleton has a lot of that. Has kind of that cute, cozy, small town feel, a great downtown area, and also, like I said, excellent schools. And then the last of which is Parker, and Parker is basically to the southeast of Aurora, or the south of Aurora. It's about as far southeast as you can get, while still being technically in the Denver metro area. Again, cool, kind of old school downtown, good schools, more on the affordable end, and yeah, you kind of get a lot of house, a lot of space for your money in Parker. Again, we have a virtual tour of Parker. Definitely check that out. And as always, if you have not done so yet, subscribe to the channel and click the bell so you can get notified every time we put out these videos. We put a lot of work into these, and we really try to make them entertaining, educational, and you know, just hopefully exciting, right? There's a good chance you're already pretty sure you're moving out here, and you're watching these to kind of get, you know, psyched and just get more familiar with the different spots. And hey, happy to do that. Appreciate you watching. As always, while I have you here, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a thumbs up and say something nice in the comments. You can literally type something nice and that'll do. But all right, appreciate it, y'all. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.